In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the blending layers to blend a top layer down with a bottom layer. So with the blending layer, you'll find everything in the layers palette. So when you pull up your layers palette, what you want to do is you want to make sure that whatever you're blending is one layer above the other things that you're blending. And the blending layer itself is up here. Usually it's set on normal, which means that we see it opaque and just in the way that it is. You can click it and change it down to a variety of other things, and it'll blend from the top layer down to the bottom layer. So this can be a variety of different things. It can be an entire picture. So I'm going to add this picture, and I'm going to change its blending layer down to something else. Darken adds the darkest parts. The first section is all darkening things. The second section is all light things. The third section is differences between stuff. And so is the fourth section. Actually, the second and third are both light. The fourth section is differences between things. The last section is adding color or hue or saturation to the design using the information on the first layer. So I kind of like what's happening in this multiply one. I think it's pretty dramatic in the color burn. I'm going to lower the opacity of it so that it's only blending a little bit of that top layer down with the bottom layer. Another interesting thing that you can do with this is that you can add effects that have blank backgrounds or neutral backgrounds. This one has an all black background, but an all white background can work as well if you blend it with the correct layers. So using darken, it's going to only add the dark stuff, but if I use lighten, it only adds the light things to this. So I kind of like, I think the linear dodge add is actually kind of my most interesting one. And then I can, play around with that. I can rotate it around, make it a little smaller, make it look like it's striking this person. And you can see that it blended only the lightest parts into this scene. Another thing that can be done is that you can just create a blank new layer. And you can paint in the changes that you want to have. I think I want this figure to be a little more bluish, where it's being struck by the lightning. So what I'm going to do is change over to my brush tool. I'm going to choose a blue color. I'm going to make it kind of larger, and I can paint things in. Right now I have a really hard edge, and I don't think I like that at all. So I'm going to soften my edge up. And then I can change the blending mode, and I can play around to see what things work best, such as dissolve, multiply. Ooh, color burn looked like it worked pretty good. And if I want to just change the colors, using hue and saturation can be really good. You can notice how it didn't really change anything besides changing it to blue. Color was actually pretty nice. So I think that's pretty good. I think I'm going to move my layer over a little bit and drag it just a bit onto the figure. What's nice about this is I can always come back to my eraser and I can erase some of this layer if there's any sections that I don't like. And I can even lower the opacity on it so I can have a lot of control over how much of it is blending down with the entire bottom layers. So that is using our blending layers to add colors and also add a variety of different effects.